and welcome to the LDV Video Podcast. My name is David Maldow, and today I want to share a little productivity tip that my team has been experimenting with. Pomodoro is the Italian word for tomato. It's also a productivity technique for individuals. I've been using it for a while myself, and we recently adapted it for team use. The creator of this technique, Francisco Cirillo, had a standard Pomodoro timer, a tomato-shaped kitchen timer in his kitchen, and he used that to break work into 25-minute blocks. You set the timer, work for 25 minutes, and that's a Pomodoro. And then you take a 5-minute break, and then you do another one. And every 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break. So it's a very simple technique. There's not a lot to it, but it's very powerful because it addresses a number of issues, particularly for procrastinators and people who are prone to distraction. In our last podcast, number 30, I shared my team's project management workflow. Now, one of the benefits of that system is I always know what I'm supposed to be working on next. It filters down the universe of everything we're working on into a short list so I know where I should be focusing my efforts. The problem is it doesn't really tell me when to get started. I think for remote workers in particular, it can be very hard to get started. There's so many distractions, there's television, all of these websites. There's always one more thing you can do before you jump in. Also, there's a feeling that we need to be on alert. Some important email might come in or important phone call. To shut up all the notifications, to really dig into a project, that could be very stressful. So one of the big things about Pomodoro is it makes it a lot easier to get started because you're only committing to 25 minutes. No disaster is going to happen in the next 25 minutes. No emergency that's going to require your attention. You can shut off your notifications, stop looking at your email, work for 25 minutes, and when the alarm goes off, take a 5-minute break and reassess, and then see if you want to do another Pomodoro. It's an easy way to just get something going. You could use any tool to do your Pomodoros. I've been using Tomato Timer just because it's easy to remember the URL, tomato-timer. And the way it works is you click the Pomodoro button to start a 25-minute Pomodoro session. And when that's up, it'll beep at you. And then you take a 5-minute break. And every 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break. It's funny, after you start doing the Pomodoros, the hardest part starts to be to take the breaks. You'll be working and really into something and getting something done, and it'll beep, and you'll be like, I'm just going to keep working. But you really need to take those breaks because you need to trust the Pomodoro system. You need to trust that a Pomodoro is only 25 minutes so that you won't be afraid to start the next one. Also, the breaks are important because they help you from getting burnt out. I find if I don't Pomodoro, I'll work for an hour or 2, and then sometimes it's hard to be productive for the rest of the day. When I do Pomodoro, it breaks it up, and I get a lot more work done during the day. Now, as my fellow hardcore procrastinators know, some days it could be even hard to start a Pomodoro. Just the whirlwind of activity, emails you're responding to, calls you're getting, there's just so much going on that it's just hard to start. That's where Team Pomodoro comes in. The Team Pomodoro idea actually came out of a chat with Dr. Tas Cochran. He's a Harvard neuroethicist and a good friend of mine. We're both very focused on productivity, and we regularly share tips and techniques. And at some point, we started having this weekly meeting where we go over our project management systems and just kind of set up our lists for the week. So we'd set up a scheduled meeting every week, get on video, mute, and then dig into our to-do lists. And without this meeting, we were kind of both skipping this weekly process. Our systems were getting messy. This was really helping us. The fact that it was a scheduled meeting and involved another human being, I could see my friend Tas there on the screen, made it really easy for me to just dig in and get a bunch of work done. It felt like an office hour. It just felt like work time. I felt super productive. So one day we were doing this, and Tas finished his weekly cleanup a bit early and said, you know what? I'm going to do a Pomodoro. And then after that, he did another one, and then I joined him in one, and we did a few together. And afterwards, we were like, that was amazing. I got so much work done. We should do this again. We should have scheduled Pomodoro meetings. So we started doing that a couple times a week. So I'm now offering Pomodoro sessions to my team at LDV. Now, I don't require it. I like to let my team choose their own workflow. But we've done a few Pomodoro sessions over video, and the results have been great. We actually all behave and stay muted during the 25 minutes and get our work done. And during the 5-minute breaks, we refresh our drinks or chat and relax or whatever. Now, honestly, I think at first some of them might have been doing the Team Pomodoro just to humor me, but now some of them do say that they like it and they think it made them feel more productive. So if your team has any cool workflow tips like this, please share it with us in the comments. Thanks for watching, and you can always find more at letsdovideo.com.